Then the movie starts with a scene where we see a plane flying, and this is the year 1945. The pilot who is driving this plane is Shikishima. He lands his plane in Odo Island. And there is a lead mechanic here whose name is Tachibana. Shikishima tells him to get this plane ready because it has some injuries after this. When Shikishima sees the sea, he sees many dead fishes. He completely ignores this, but he didn't know that how big threat is going to come in front of him. He goes to rest, and then a siren sounds. And when they all come out to sea, Godzilla has come here and he starts attacking everyone. They were counterbacking, but they couldn't do anything to Godzilla. So Tachibana tells them that our 13mm gun bullets can kill him, and he hands over the gun to Shikishima. The bullets don't work, and the rest of the soldiers are attacking him with their small weapons. And Godzilla gets angry and kills everyone one by one. In the morning, he sees all his friends dead. Captain Chibana is alive, and he is very angry at Shishima. He says that all of them were killed because of you. Well, if Shishima comes to his home, Tokyo, when he comes here and sees, he finds out that everything is messed up here. Well, this is the time after World War II, and at this time a lot of destruction was spread and Japan was in a very bad condition. Here he meets Asumi. Asumi says that you are saved. This is the reason that my son is not alive. And Shikishima asks him, that is my mom and dad alive? So, she says that no one is alive here. You will see a few people who are alive. And all the houses are already destroyed. Then Sri Shima goes to the market and a girl is running away from some people. She has a girl in her hand and she catches Sri Shima and leaves. Sri Shima follows her and meets that lady. And that girl tells her name, which is Nuri. She says that this girl is not mine. I found her and she has no one. Now he catches Nuri and leaves from here. But Nuri tells him that this is not a good thing at all, that you are leaving us like this. You should help us. So, he brings her to his house and here Nuri tells him everything. She says that Akiko's mom died and she gave her to me. So now I am taking care of her. Next day he goes out in search of work and here Asumi stops him. She asks him who is that girl and that girl. So here he says that they are poor. They don't have a place to stay, so I am keeping them in my house. Now a year passes by while living in such a situation, and here finally Shikishima gets a job. She gets a job from the government where she has to remove the mine bombs, which means she has to remove the bombs that Japan and America had planted in the water during World War II. Nuri tries to stop her, but Shikishima doesn't listen to him. When he goes to work, he finds out that he has got a very average boat and the weapons are also not very useful. So, he is going to do such a risky job in this condition. Here he meets Dr. Kenji, and Dr. Kenji explains him everything about how this boat will work, and then they go to blast the mine bombs. They see a bomb, and they don't feel like they are getting the right aim. So Shikishima takes control in his hand and sets a perfect aim. Dr. Kenji is also very happy to see this. Then we see that Shikishima has a dream in which she sees all her friends dying at the hands of Godzilla. He gets up in fear and tells Nuri that I keep having such dreams, it would be nice if I forget these things. Soon after this we come to know that there was a blast on Bighorn Atten Island, which is a nuclear blast, and it was done by America. Then we see that Shikishima has brought all her friends to her house, and here they all eat food, and here they praise Nuri and say that Bobby G cooks very well, and Nuri tells her that I am not Shikishima's wife. Then Shikishima explains everything to him, that how she got Nuri and how it got Nuri. So here they all say that you should get married. The next day, Nuri tells Shikishima that she has got a job in Ginza, which she is definitely very excited to do, and she has also talked to Asumi, and she is ready to handle Akiko. So Shikishima agrees to this. We get to know that Godzilla has grown up and he has come from America to Japan. When Shikishima is at work, he finds a lot of dead fish around him, and Shikishima understands what this means. The same thing happened with him in Oro Island. He tells everyone that we should leave this place as soon as possible. Godzilla then comes out of the water and starts attacking them. They then blast a bomb on Godzilla, but it doesn't affect Godzilla. They throw another bomb, but that bomb doesn't get blasted. So, Satsushima takes control in his hands and blasts the bomb in Godzilla's mouth, so that the sputum of his mouth flies away, but soon he regenerates his mouth. This means that killing Godzilla is very tough. Now Godzilla would have killed them, but then the Japanese army, they distract Godzilla and shoot him down. Then an ultraviolet wave starts coming from the bottom and Godzilla destroys the entire ship. Shikishima is shocked to see all this, but Godzilla leaves before destroying his ship, and Shikishima comes back to her home, and Nori also gets this news. Nori gets very angry with her, and she says that you have been keeping us with you for so long, but you have not once spoken to me about your mind. The more you share your sorrow, the less it will be. And you don't tell me anything. It means that you don't consider us to be a part of your family. So here, Shikishima tells him everything what happened to him in Odo Island. Because of that, all the people died. And even today, he considers himself responsible for the death of his companions. Which of course he is. But here, Nuri motivates him and says that, look, what is written in destiny, it has to happen. You can't avoid it. The one who has to die will die, and the one who has to survive will survive. And Shikishima is alive in Oro Island, which means that some purpose of Shikishima is incomplete. And the next day Shikishima is at her home. And here she gets the news that Godzilla has been attacked in Ginza Island. And there Nuri. Godzilla picks up the train, but before he can eat the train, Nuri jumps into the water. Nuri comes out of the water and then Shikishima comes to her. He comes to save her and they run away from Godzilla. Godzilla gets angry and makes an ultra-wave sound. And here Nuri tries to save her. Nuri kills herself, and not only Nuri, many people also die here. Shikishima breaks down after Nuri's death, and now his goal is to kill Godzilla. Now he goes to his team, and here comes General Hoda. He tells them that they have to kill Godzilla by any means because as it is, a lot of destruction has happened in World War II, and if this continues, Godzilla will destroy everything in here. America and Russia won't be able to help. They have to do something and kill Godzilla. Now all the soldiers say that, look sir, we have seen Godzilla and we don't know how to kill him. So he says that Dr. Kanji will help us in this. So Dr. Kanji explains to them and says that I have noticed Godzilla's attack very well and he can regenerate himself. So I have prepared a plan to kill him, and this plan is that he will put many gas cylinders in Godzilla's body with a gas cylinder. Under the pressure of the cylinder, Godzilla will go down 1,500 feet and die. A soldier says that if he doesn't die, then Dr. Kenji says that after this, our plan B will come in handy. And plan B is that there will be many balloons in that cylinder, which will inflate and then come up 1,500 feet again. And after such a big shock, it is impossible to stay alive. But still, he has a doubt in his mind that will he die or not. So, Dr. Kenji says that there is no confirmation that he will die or not, but for now, we have only one way. So here General Hoda also tells them that, look, there has been a lot of destruction, and if we don't even try to stop Godzilla, Godzilla will finish off the whole of Japan. They motivate all the soldiers and everyone agrees with them. After this, Shikishima and everyone are sitting together and discussing. And here Dr. Kenji tells them that to distract Godzilla, we will have to get a plane ready and we will have to put a lot of equipment in it. But they don't understand who will ready this plan for him, so Shikishima tells him to leave the responsibility on him definitely. He is going to go to Tejabana. For this he reaches to Tejabana while searching for him, and here Tejabana gets very angry at him. He says that all our friends were killed because of you. He is still blaming Shikishima for everything, so he says that he is admitting his mistake. I know that I did a cowardly thing and all this happened because of me, but for now we really need you a lot. Because now I want to kill Godzilla. And the Japanese army needs you a lot. So he brings Tachibana here and tells him what he needs in the plan. Tachibana says that okay, the work will be done. After that, Shikishima reaches his home and takes Akiko with him. Akiko has drawn a picture for him. This is a picture of Akiko, Shikishima, and Nuri. He says that you look sad in this drawing. Akiko says that she misses her mom a lot. After this, she starts crying and Shikishima gets emotional. Shikishima puts her to sleep and leaves with a letter. He sits inside the plane and Tachibana explains everything to him. Then we see Akiko, who opens her eyes and comes to Asumi with a letter. Asumi opens the letter and sees that there is a lot of money here and Shikishima has given it to her so that she can take care of herself and Akiko. Then we see Godzilla again wreaking havoc in the whole city, and then Shikishima comes and with the help of his plane, he distracts Godzilla and takes him far ahead. Now as soon as Godzilla comes in his range, they start executing their plan, and here they start attacking Godzilla, but it doesn't work. Finally, according to their plan, they put a lot of gas cylinders in Godzilla's body, and after that Godzilla goes down 1,500 feet. They think that finally they have killed Godzilla, but then Godzilla starts pulling their boat from below, meaning he hasn't died yet. So he starts Plan B and opens all the balloons. Now he thinks Godzilla will finally come up and die. But as soon as he comes to 800 feet, he stops. Now he starts breaking down many ships from below, and none of the attacks have affected him. Finally, he comes up and prepares the heat wave, and here everyone can see their death. Then we see Satashima, who is coming from the plane. And here he remembers Nuri and all his companions. He finally puts the plane in Godzilla's mouth, and here a huge blast happens in Godzilla's mouth and Godzilla is killed, but Dr. Kenji and everyone else are very sad because Shikishima had to die, but then they see a parachute and they see that Shikishima is still alive. Then we are shown a flashback where Tachibana had explained to him how this thing works and also had told him to get out of the parachute because she has to stay alive for Akiko. Finally, she survives and Godzilla's whole face gets blasted and he goes down. Now when Shikishima comes out, he meets Tachibana, and here Tachibana is very happy with him. He says that finally you did it. Then Asumi comes to him with Akiko, and also he has a letter, and then Shirabana reads this letter and reaches the hospital. Actually, Nuri is alive here, and Shirabana is very happy to see him. Nuri asks if the war is over. Shirabana says yes. Finally, the war is over. After that, we see Godzilla in the ending scene who is regenerating his body again. And with this, the movie finally ends here.